it goes and sticks in your colon. So, the waste material which should have easily flown out will not flow out of the system.
It's a hotbed for illness. That means your respiratory action and your thought process and your sense of smell will get lowered over a period of time. It definitely renders to you dullness. If you eat too much of tuberous material like potatoes and other tuberous substances, you will generate gas which is below the navel. Once you generate gas there, your prana between the navel and the pit of the throat will not function as it should, and the dynamism levels in your system will go down. Among the vegetables, things like radish, this is one of the few things which grow underground and still positive. Carrot, radish, all the other tuberous material like potatoes and potato family are zero pranic, but they cause what is called the stomach. Stomach means it brings a certain inertia into you. We generally advise students and meditators not to eat potatoes and its family because they increase the sleep quota. Both for the student who's studying and for the meditator, the biggest enemy is the sleep, you know. If you close your eyes and sit, if you open the textbook is a great tranquilizer, isn't it? And on top of it, if you're on a potato diet, you'll fall asleep instantly.
Dairy products have certain enzymes which are used today to manufacture certain textile adhesives. These adhesives are not water-soluble. So when you consume lot of dairy product, it goes and sticks in your colon. So the waste material which should have easily flown out will not flow out of the system.
The general alertness in the body and in the mind will go down by consumption of dairy products. It is an established fact medically that in your present system, if you eat raw meat, it would take anywhere between 70 to 72 hours to pass through the system. If you eat cooked meat, it would take 50 to 54 hours to pass through the system. If you eat cooked vegetarian meals, it will take 24 to 30 hours to pass through the system. If you eat an uncooked vegetable, it will take 12 to 15 hours to pass through the system. If you eat a fruit, it will take 1.5 to 3 hours to pass through the system. Why is it taking so much time? Because essentially the alimentary canal in a human being is about 24 to 36 feet long, this whole pipe that's going from lip to the anal outlet. In all the herbivorous animals, this is a feature, that their alimentary canal is approximately 5 to 6 times the length of their body. In all the carnivores, it's only 2.5 to 3 times the length of their body. Or in other words, all the meat-eating animals have a very short intestinal length. All the herbivores have a long intestinal length. So, because vegetarian food passes through the system quickly, so the design factor of length has been designed like this. So when you eat meat and keep in the system for a long time, definitely it's a hotbed for illness. In many ways you will create it. Eating meat has become a part of our, in the culture in the world, because in many societies in the past, survival was the mode. When it's a question of survival, eat anything that is necessary to be eaten, that's a different thing. Once survival is taken care of, that's when you choose. Now you choose what kind of a body you want, what kind of function you want to perform, accordingly you eat. This is not about a taboo about eating meat. This is about eating more consciously. This is eating by choice. In the yogic tradition, if you cook anything, maximum within 1.5 hours you must consume it. If there are certain types of items, up to 4 hours is okay. Beyond that, you don't touch. It doesn't matter how tasty it is, how nice it is, you don't touch anything because then you will develop gases in the system. Gas is not only in the stomach that you will feel obviously, but you will develop vayus in the system which will work against your pranavayu. That means your respiratory action and your thought process and your sense of smell will get lowered over a period of time. These three are very vital for you to be a vibrant human being.
Have you ever pondered on the very act of eating? Have you ever thought, what is it that drives your choices when you sit to dine? Have you ever thought whether you are eating to live or living to eat? Are you truly tasting or merely consuming? Can the act of eating, which is something so mundane, so everyday, become a doorway to your divine, conscious nature? The Bhagavad Gita, in its ocean of wisdom, offers us an insight. And here it goes. Yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Translated, it beckons us towards a profound truth. It says, find balance in what you eat, how much you work, and how much you sleep. This balance is the secret to wiping away all your sorrows. This balance is the doorway to your divine, conscious nature. So now let us focus on the very first aspect of this verse, yuktahara, which is moderation in diet. Why, you might wonder, should a spiritual discourse begin with something as elementary as food? Because food, my dear seekers, is where all life begins and sustains. It's not just about what you eat, but how, why, and when you eat. In every morsel, in every bite, there is a universe, there is an experience, there is an opportunity to connect. So when we talk about food, we are not just discussing a basic human necessity, but a profound spiritual metaphor. And now let's dive deeper into this sacred act of eating. Consider this. You have a beautiful car, a prized possession. Now, will you put any random fuel in it? No. You choose what is best for its performance. Similarly, the body is your vehicle in this lifetime. You must feed it with awareness. And when I speak of diet, it is not just about food. It's about what you consume physically, mentally, and emotionally. Overeating or starving, overthinking or being dull, overfeeling or being numb, these extremes are barriers. These extremes are great obstacles on your spiritual path. Imagine sitting by a river. If the river flows too fast, you cannot enjoy its beauty. And if it's too slow, it stagnates. Just right and you are in bliss. Similarly, with food, consider this. How often do you eat simply because it's time to eat, without truly feeling hungry, without truly sensing what your body is yearning for? Many of you are guilty of eating out of habit, or perhaps out of boredom, stress, or other emotions. But the invitation here is to shift from this automatic, mechanical way of eating to a conscious, intentional act of nourishment. Eat not out of mere routine or compulsion, but out of true awareness. When you pick up a morsel of food, look at it, feel its texture, smell its aroma. When you place it in your mouth, truly taste it. Feel the burst of flavors, the play of ingredients. Chew slowly, giving every bite its due time and attention. Savor not just the taste, but the very experience of eating, the very act of nourishment. Recognize the journey that every ingredient has taken to reach your plate and ultimately become a part of you. When you do so, you're not just feeding your body, you are feeding your soul. You then turn every meal into a meditation, into a moment of gratitude, and into a celebration of life's bounty. Recreation is necessary, but in moderation. Picture yourself listening to music. If it is too loud, it becomes noise. If it is too soft, you then strain to hear. Just right, it is a melody that soothes your soul. Life, my dear seekers, is much like that music. Balance your pleasures. Dance, but also sit in silence. Talk, but also listen. Run, but also rest. I have seen many people driven by ambition, working tirelessly until they burn out. And then there are those who, in fear of action, choose inaction. Both are imbalanced. Consider a potter's wheel. If he pushes too hard, the pot breaks. If he doesn't push at all, the pot never takes shape. With just the right pressure, a beautiful pot emerges. Similarly, in life, act with awareness. Do neither too much nor too little, but just what is necessary. I have met many seekers who meditate all night, hoping for enlightenment. And I also met those who sleep away their lives. But the secret is in balance. When the night is too long, you long for the dawn. And when the day stretches endlessly, you yearn for the night. Sleep enough so your body rejuvenates, but wake enough to experience life. The Gita, in its wisdom, is teaching us the yoga of balance. This yoga, this dance of balance, dispels all sorrow. It brings you into the realm of joy, of love, and of light.